Hey, what's up guys? Philip here bringing you another review, and today we're going to be checking out this Apex 3 Whisper Quiet mechanical keyboard by Steelseries. So if you're not familiar with Steelseries, they're primarily in the business of making peripherals for your desk. And they make things like headsets, mice, keyboards, and a few other things. And before we begin, a quick word from the sponsor of this video. This video is sponsored by Sparkify. Sparkify is a website that pulls in giveaways from all over the internet and brings them into one place. So instead of running around the internet looking for the best giveaways out there, Sparkify brings them into one place for you to cherry pick which giveaways you want to enter. So if you want to win some free stuff, I'll leave a link down in the description below where you can create your Sparkify account to win some cool giveaway prizes. Okay, cool. So when you receive the keyboard, you're gonna receive a few things inside of the box. And of course, you're gonna receive the keyboard. You're gonna also receive a magnetic wrist rest, and then you're also gonna receive a product information guide, which is gonna give you some basic details on how to use the keyboard. So first thing I noticed with this keyboard when I received that is that it looked like it was very well put together. And when I actually put my hands on it and started typing on it, I was pleasantly surprised with how quiet it was and how polished the build quality was overall, especially considering the fact that it is a budget mechanical keyboard. The durability of this keyboard is definitely good. It's made of a fully plastic build material, which doesn't feel cheap, so I wouldn't be concerned with any build quality issues with this thing. The magnetic wrist rest is made of this rubberized / plastic material, which feels really good, a little bit soft on the wrist when you lay your hands on it, so it's not going to be cold or anything like that when using the magnetic wrist rest with the keyboard. And then in terms of the bulkiness of this keyboard, I would say it's somewhere in the middle. It's not like an ultra slim keyboard, and it's also not like a thick boy keyboard. This thing in height is 40 millimeters, and it is a 100% keyboard. So I would say this is a pretty standard mechanical keyboard overall in terms of the size. And the wrist rest has these two little magnets that are going to attach to the keyboard, and it's going to have a pretty firm grip overall. Something interesting about this keyboard that I don't think a lot of keyboards out there have is that this thing is water resistant. If you accidentally spill some water on your keyboard, it's going to have this little drainage system where it's going to drain from the bottom of the keyboard. So if you find yourself accidentally spilling drinks on your keyboard or peripherals overall, I wouldn't be worried with this keyboard breaking with the lights or anything built in. It comes right out the bottom through the drainage system. And now a little bit about the keys of the keyboard. So first thing you're going to notice is these beautiful well-lit RGB lights. Steelseries is really good at making the RGB lights pop and really kind of bring out the colors. And with the RGB lights, they're gonna glow any color pretty much that you can imagine using the software. If you install the software, it's gonna work on PC and Mac, so it's compatible with all computers. However, just keep in mind that if you are using this on a Mac, you're not gonna have a Mac layout keyboard, it's a Windows only layout. And then with the lights, you can adjust the brightness on the fly by holding the Steelseries button here and then pushing bright up or down, and it's gonna adjust some brightness levels on the keyboard, as you can see here. And then you can change some of the color patterns on the fly by holding the Steelseries button and pushing the F9 key, which is gonna change some basic color patterns of the keyboard. And with the software, you can do a bunch of things like change the color of the lights, the patterns. You can adjust this volume wheel here, which is gonna by default adjust the volume, and if you push the volume wheel, it's gonna give you a little mute for your media, and then the button under the wheel is a pause and play button by default. All of this can be configured in the software. Now onto the keys themselves. So these keys aren't exactly a specific type of key switch color. Typically the most popular ones are the reds, the browns, and of course the almighty and all popular blues. The blues are the loud clicky ones, and these feel very, very similar to the blues but without the sound. So here's a little typing test for you to hear what this keyboard kind of sounds like. So in my experience with using this keyboard is that they feel just like the blue switches, but without the loud clickety clackety sounds. So that's going to be really good if you work in a public environment, or if you're on the computer late at night and you don't want to disturb anyone in your surrounding environment. So with all that being said, is this keyboard worth picking up? Well, I would say this keyboard is perfect if you are on a budget and you want a pretty good mechanical keyboard that's quiet. The reason this is a budget keyboard is that it is made fully of plastic, and it doesn't have like the extra display or anything like that, like the Apex 5, which I reviewed in one of my earlier videos, and you can check a review out of the next model up of this keyboard down in the description below. So if you want something budget and pretty good, get the Apex 3, but if you want to upgrade a little bit and you don't mind forking out around $90 to $100, I would recommend getting the Apex 5. So if you're interested in this keyboard, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description below where you can pick it up on Amazon. Also, if you want to see more tech videos like this, I review a lot of the latest stuff out there from companies like Steelseries, Logitech, and a bunch of other popular tech companies. So if you want to stay up to date with all that, make sure you click that subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video and leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching.